magnificent setting here, Ballymore in Brisbane, for this second Bledisloe Cup series match for 1992, and the new Eastern Stand packed to its capacity, and a very colourful crowd, the green and gold of Australia, but plenty of New Zealand support here as well, Chris Handy, and we're waiting for what should be an epic battle.
5:30 a.m. this morning. They started coming into the ground, lining up for tickets, and they've been on the hill, patiently waiting. They've been very thirsty young lads, but it's all in anticipation of what promises to be one of the great games of all time here at Ballymore.
Well, the New Zealand All Blacks about to make their way onto Ballymore, a ground that they have dominated over the last number of years, since the first match here in 1968. And the crowd waiting for their entry onto the ground. Sean Fitzpatrick, 47th Test match, the most by an All Black hooker, leads this side out onto Ballymore. And a mixed reaction here at Rugby headquarters in Queensland for the New Zealand All Blacks. There's Big Ian Jones, he'll play a key role, and plenty of New Zealand support. Well, now the Australians, and you can rest assured they will be met with a tremendous reception here at Ballymore. The world champions. Their only previous appearance here this year was a great win over Scotland. And the crowd in front of me standing to acclaim the world champions. And a proud moment for Nick Farr-Jones, who goes into the history books today, joining Jean-Pierre Reeve as the most capped captain in world rugby. Jason Little and Timmy Horan, David Wilson, Paul Carrozza, Tony Daly, and last, David Campese, who will be searching for his 50th try in international rugby here this afternoon. And now, as we saw, the confrontation of these trans-Tasman rivals for the New Zealand haka. John Timu, of course, breaking tradition by leading them from behind as he did in Sydney.
Well, I'm told, David, that is the tradition, and the other one was a break, but it is a great confrontation.
That has set the trend.
I think it has, and straight onto the field, Sam Scott Young standing opposite Richard Lowe. Eyeball to eyeball, foot to head, hand-to-hand combat. The light, it'll be on.
Mr. Robin, the referee here today, made his international debut against Australia and Italy in Rome in 1988. He's listed as a child psychologist, and as Chris Handy said, perfectly qualified for this epic battle here this afternoon.
Saw him referee the Wales-Western Samoa game in the World Cup. Did a good job that day. Very particular about his decisions. Very quick to penalise for any diving over the ball on the ground.
Well, he hails from the southwest of France. He's refereed quite a number of international matches. He made his Five Nations debut in the England-Ireland match back in 1990. He's got a job in his hands here today, because this is vital stuff in this Bledisloe Cup series for 1992. Australia one up in the series. New Zealand desperate to get back on level terms. Marty Roebuck starts the test match. Australia secure it from the kick-off. Brilliant start by the Australians. And now it's a tester for John Timu. He's called for the fair catch as Jason Little arrived, and temper's already starting to flare. Quick tap taken by Timu, and that's good play. They feed Kerwin on the right wing, and he drives play back up to where the game began.
At both sides set to explode into this game. It's going to be dramatic pace, there's no doubt about that, and certainly there's very little between the teams. It's all mentality here today.
In Sydney, Australia started slower than they would have wanted. I'm sure they'll need to crank up the pace early. Line-outs are going to be a key factor. Australia's ball-winning ability there will be hotly contested by the All Blacks.
Philip Kearns today, 24th international after making his debut from reserve grade in Randwick back in 1989. He's come a long way since then. Australia can't secure it from their first throw to the line-out. And Anne Strawn just pumping it up that touchline, but didn't touch on the full. So Australia will get another feed to the line-out, 10 metres inside New Zealand's end of the ground.
One of the problems the All Blacks had was jumping with the inside or the outside arm in the first test. I'm sure they'll have worked on that. It's only just common sense now.
So the referee working for the big line between these two line-outs. They play towards the middle. It's taken down this time by John Eales. Australian ball. No advantage to the Australians. Knocked forward by jumping across the line by the New Zealanders. And so the first free kick of this match to be taken by Michael Liner.
Yeah, I think Liner will go for the high ball here. Australian chases through.
Under the new laws, they can't gain ground, but they can certainly put pressure. Look at Tim Horan. It's taken by Zinzan Brook, and he claims the fair catch 5 metres out from his own goal line. Now, Sam Scott Young's in stride for the All Blacks again. Now he's asked Sam Scott Young to come back. The penalty may go against the Australian number 8. Fitzpatrick has come in. Well, he was shoved in the back by a New Zealander. I don't know what led to it earlier, but certainly he retaliated, and Ian Jones came in as well. But the penalty will go against Australia and Sam Scott Young. Fiery start to this test match.
Yeah, it's been building all week. There's a lot of tension between the sides, especially the forward packs.
Australia inside the 10. So a 20-metre advantage given and afforded by referee Raban to the All Blacks after they were under pressure from that high ball. No love lost between these packs of forwards at all. Now, that's a well-angled kick to the centre of the ground. Horan went up and took it magnificently. Support there from his club mate from South, Jason Little. And now the All Blacks drive forward. The first time New Zealand win the ball again from the line-out, Fox. This time they run it. Bunce comes back inside Horan. Now the All Blacks set it again. Coming off as Fitzpatrick is. He so often does. And that's a great play by the All Black captain. They clear it out beautifully. Little away for Tuigamala. He tries to bump off Campese, but finally wrestled into touch on this McLean stand side of Ballymore. Good defence by the Australians under pressure.
Will be unrelenting on keeping this gap in the line out today. He's penalised New Zealand twice for that discrimination.
Now Australia don't find touch. Tuigamala's kick is a 4-1, and this could backfire against the All Blacks if Australia can move this ball quickly. They come across through Scott Young to Far Jones, and he pumps it up the touchline. A good kick inside the 22. Now Fox has got very little angle to work with, but he's a seasoned campaigner. He won't find touch. Now Far Jones to Campese. Will he link up? No, he goes with Horan. Horan cuts back in field. Good defence by New Zealand, who got to him. Now Australia have taken this ball in. They will want to try and clear it as quickly as possible. Far Jones, good clever kick, pumping it behind Timu. In fact, it's behind Zinzan Brook. He's in trouble. He's in trouble. Now, was there a shepherd and an obstruction for Tuigamala? The play goes on. Now Wilson pumps it forward. Haka setting it down. Good play by Australia. Haka. Wilson short of the line. Penalty. Penalty to Australia. Gee, that was good pressure by the Wallabies.
Sensational start to the game, though, punching hard. I think it was out on this sideline over here, but it just played to continued on. And these new rules are getting the ball in play, and we're seeing great counter-attack. Good thrust